his fingerprints are in your huddles, in practice, and in game situations.
Thanks for that, and congratulations to you as well, because when we win, all of JCSU wins, so as an alumnus.
That's right.
Congratulations to you as well.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
You already know it.
CIAA for life.
A lot of the credit has to go to him. My foundation of this game comes from him. It's been a process of learning from him since day one. To be honest, some of the plays that we run today on the women's side are some plays that we ran in 2001. One thing he always taught was execution over everything.
Excellent. And Coach Joyner, we know that as a father, you're very proud of your son for his career and athletic achievements, but if you would speak on the fondness and the feeling of pride and joy in seeing him as a man.
Well, that's what every father wants, every parent wants, is to see their child grow and be successful, and maybe do some of the things for others and their kids that you tried to do for them.
And Coach Joyner, I know I said this off air, but I want to definitely put it out there for the public to hear. I want to thank you so much for all that you've done. When I was the sports editor for the campus newspaper at Johnson C. Smith, you let me tag along with the team with my notebook. I owe my first CIAA tournament experience to you, and that's just a fatherly figure that you stepped in and played a role for a young sports writer trying to cut his teeth, and I thank you for that.
Well, your family, and always will be, and I'm just happy that we were able to afford you that opportunity, and very, very proud of what you've done to further your desires and goals and move forward.
Anything else you want to add?
I'm breaking out the tissue.
See, she's from Arkansas, so I'm trying to school her on how we do things at Smith and what CIAA life is all about here.
Well, we can't show and tell her everything, so I'm just so sorry. We can only let you know a few things.
Okay, with that, I'm going to say Golden Lions. Let's go.
Here we go.
Steve, man, congratulations on the birth of your son. His birthday is coming up, right?
Yep. It'll be 3 the end of this month, so more money coming out the pocket. So that's why I'm arguing with the boss right now as soon as we hang up about a raise.
Hey, and so I'm sure we can expect, 25, 30 years from now that he'll either be in some type of uniform or wearing a suit, yelling out plays on the sideline.
Between my kids and Buck's kids, one of these kids, Buck has 2 boys and one little girl, and I have one little boy. So between the 4, somebody's gonna make it to the league. We gonna crack out of the coaching, and somebody's gonna be in the league.
That's what's up. Coach Joyner, thank you for being a part of Married to the Game.
Thank you for having us, and go Golden Bulls.
Now, the sports world is filled with father, son, or daughters playing on a professional level. For you, we'll compress that list.
Thank you so much.
Of star power.
Thank you.
In various sports. Now I peeped your squad that you got over there.
Did you peep it?
I kind of like it. Who's your leadoff hitter?
Leadoff hitter for me has to be, no doubt, childhood friend, neighborhood, holding it down, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, living now in the Texas area, Torrey Hunter.
Okay.
And his son, Torrey Hunter Jr.
All right.
You already know.
Okay.
You know
so
who that is.
I'll come with, of course, Torrey Hunter. 353 career home runs.
Hey, yeah.
2,452 hits. A 5-time All-Star. 9-time Gold Glove winner. What I used to love is when he made those great catches. Spider-Man, he would channel the way he would get on the wall and everything like that.
He was
2-time Silver Slugger.
Yes.
And is in the Minnesota Twins Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I hope one day he can get the call from Cooperstown to be in the real Hall of Fame.
He will. I just know he will. But I had to put him in there.
And his son, Junior, played college football at Notre Dame. But last year he decided, you know what, I'm going to forego football and pursue a career in baseball.
And he's following in his father's footsteps.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's the true father knows best.
And you grew up with Torrey.
Yes, I did.
So you've known him for quite a bit. It's not like one of those people like, oh, I know that person. You went to school.
Went to school.
You know him and everything.
Went to school. We played, like street ball together. Yeah, it's close relationship.
Okay.
It's a neighborhood thing. But let's not forget the other people on my list.
All right.
Okay. I have Muhammad Ali, of course.
The GOAT. Rest in peace. Greatest of all time. 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. Muhammad Ali.
And Layla Ali.
Layla. She retired undefeated. 24-0. 21 knockouts. I wouldn't want to go up against her. She had middleweight championship belts, heavyweight championship belts, but she's just had an amazing post-boxing career as her boxing career.
Because, she's an actress.
Right.
A model.
Right.
An author.
Yeah.
And, of course, let me go back and say, when I say she's an actress, you do remember her when she was in our favorite
shows. She was on
show.
Girlfriends. She was on a lot of different shows, but I do remember that one.
But, that's our thing.
Yeah.
Love Girlfriends. So, and that's awesome. And then I have one more.
Okay.
One more.
I like your list. Who else you got on there?
Well, I have Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Okay.
And I chose...
The Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt.
Now, me personally, I'm going to be honest. I chose them because I love Dale Earnhardt Jr. because, he was the voice. He was on Cars, which is one of my favorite movies. And then, of course, I like the fact that they used his voice in one of the games for Scarface. The world is yours. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. So that's what's
See,
up. Dale Earnhardt
I know
Jr.
things that you
and
don't know.
And he's retiring this year. So he's going out. He's had a fantastic career. Has a Daytona 500 under his belt, plus a host of other races.
And he does voice acting.
And he's
It don't have to always be about sports.
He's going to have a great post-racing career. And unfortunately, we lost the Intimidator back in 2001 at Daytona.
Yeah.
But his legacy was already intact. And Junior has had a successful racing career himself. I like your little list right there. I got a list.
Who you got?
I got the Griffeys. Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr. Now, between them, 782 home runs. Of course, Junior has 630 of that 782.
Wow.
First ballot Hall of Famer. 6th all-time on the home run list. Ken Griffey Sr. was a all-around solid baseball player. Won 2 World Series with the Cincinnati Reds back in the 70s. That's a sporting family right there. And their son played college football. Ken Griffey Jr.'s son. So that's 3 generations of star athletes.
Wow, that is awesome.
Mario Andretti. So we'll keep it in with the racing theme since you wanted to bring in the Earnhardt.
I get what you're doing.
I'll bring up Formula One and IndyCar racing. Mario, Michael, and Jeff. They dominated IndyCar racing. And then there's Andretti's, the entertainment complex.
In which I love.
We all love Andretti's.
Yeah.
The Ripkins. Going back to baseball. Cal Ripken Sr.
Yeah.
Okay as a manager. Better as a coach. Had some Hall of Famers under him. Jim Palmer, Eddie Murray. And, of course, his son, Cal Ripken Jr., the Iron Man, played in a record 2,632 consecutive games. You can't get people to go to work 5 days in a row.
You so funny.
He went to work for 2,632 games in a row.
When you love what you do.
431 career home runs, 3,184 hits. And he's been a successful businessman. He owns some minor league teams, does some broadcasting, so he's had a great post-baseball career, Cal Ripken Jr.
I've actually played in a lot of Cal Ripken softball tournaments in honor of him.
Those are just some great sports tandems, fathers, sons, and daughters.
Look at me learning.
Happy Father's Day, sports dads.
Okay, stats are great, but there's so much more than just the numbers to each story. For this, we go beyond the box score.
On today's installment of Beyond the Box Score, I really like this because we have some dads who are chiming in on the bond that they have with their kids.
So is this...
You know, like, If You Build It, They Will Come. How that was a real tearjerker moment.
I love that movie.
Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner. This here is where some dads are telling about their own experiences with their fathers when they were kids through sports.
Oh my goodness, I am going to cry.
And then we have some dads now sharing how they're continuing that bond, whether watching a game, going to a game with their kids.
Can we just go?
Going to practice.
Can we just go, please?
Some raw emotions from fathers who are just really involved with their kids and how that bond of sports, it's cliche, of dad playing catch.
But it's
real here.
Yeah, and because I feel it, even the memories with my dad, it's just awesome.
You got to check this one out.
My name is Calvin Griffin, father of Ty Griffin, my 11-year-old slugger. But I guess if I wanted to think about, what this bond is between my son and myself, and how I want to create it, I guess I think about when I grew up with my dad, who was there for me in my life and actually still is. My parents are still alive and kicking it and still together 51 plus years later. I think it's 51, maybe 52 now. And he was always there when he could. My dad's a minister, so he coached. I remember him coaching my first two baseball teams, and then he let way to other coaches to help develop me throughout football and baseball. And I just wanted to make sure that I was able to give back to my son and build upon the things that my dad bestowed upon me. So, but I do spend as much time as I possibly can with my child, and I've been a coach and influenced his life since from the beginning. From 3 years old, playing t-ball. I guess you could go back before then for putting a little ball in his crib and then throw it around and playing with it and just getting acclimated to being around those things. I have not been his head coach per se on a team for a while because my wife said I'm too intense to do that. And when it comes to them, but I've always been an assistant coach or right there with him to be able to give him some pointers and give him some things to make sure that we're together. And I believe that he enjoys me being with him and being around him and enjoying his successes. And no matter what, if he's the best kid out there, the worst kid out there, in the middle of the road, he's always going to be my child, and I'm always going to love him to the fullest of everything. As far as that point along has been instilled in him, and hopefully one day when he has children, he'll be able to instill that same thing in his kids, and we can keep that legacy going and build upon it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Hayes. I'm from WLWT News 5 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Looking back on some of my earliest memories with me and my dad, one of the biggest things that we did together that kind of solidified our bond in my early days and helped shape me as the person who I am today was our weekly trips over to Giant Stadium and up to the Yale Bowl. I remember way back then, you young folks probably don't realize it, but the New York Football Giants used to play at the Yale Bowl back when they were building the Giant Stadium prior to what is now MetLife Stadium. So it was a nice trip up to New Haven from Westchester County, and we drive up and spend the day together, cooking out, enjoying company of friends and family. And it was such a great afternoon to watch the Giants play, to spend some quality time with my dad. We'd always have some legendary touch football games, and he would work with me on my pass catching ability. We'd have a catch, and it was always a good time. They are vivid memories. So as a father, I tried to replicate a lot of those memories with my boys. We've moved around the country quite a bit, but their favorite team happens to be the Atlanta Falcons, so we try to spend a lot of time going to Falcon games together. And I can remember going back to my oldest son's first touchdown out in Colorado when he first got to carry the rock over the goal line, and all their athletic achievements, no matter how small they seem to be. For a father, it is purely and simply the greatest joy that you will ever have as a dad. And that's what sports does. It provides such a great foundation for you. Teaches you how to get through adversity, how to fight through tough times, imparting that same knowledge and wisdom that my father had passed down to me. And I hope they pass it on down to their boys, passing the generational torch to success and success-driven thought. And who better hero to learn it from than your dad?
Hello, my name is Jamie Lawrence.